Hello, beautiful evening, friends. It's a wonderful evening, getting a bit cloudy today. So, welcome to Fitness Talks with Anand Pandya on the platform of ISFS, ISST School of Fitness Sciences. Today's guest is a very dear one to me. Uh, I'll just get him online and then introduce him.
There it is.
Hi
Welcome,
guys.
welcome Abhimanyu sir.
Hi. Sorry, I was just trying to connect my phone to the connection.
No problem, sir.
Yeah,
Welcome to Fitness Talks with Anand. How are you doing today?
very good, very good. Thank you so much for calling me. How are things with you?
Beautiful, sir. And I
Yeah.
was just telling our viewers that a small brief introduction about you. The
hmm
founder of ABS, the person who started the Certified Academy, where I got certified for the first time in 2005. Uh, President of United Health and Fitness Federation. We'll talk more about that later. And the
Okay.
person who got me into fitness industry. So
I'm
welcome, sir.
glad. I'm glad you're doing an amazing job to inspire people. Tell me.
Thank you, sir. So, today the idea was to come and for people to get to know you better. Already, so many people know you, but there are certain things that some personal things, certain things that there are so many things to learn from you. So, you would talk about that. We'll just go ahead for the first question. It's been 30 years as a fitness professional,
hmm
and today you own like the biggest and the largest gyms in Asia. These gyms have the best of interiors, the ambience. So how has this, how did this idea come into the mind that you have to create your own brand?
Everybody wants to do something on their own. Nobody wants to work all the time for someone. Everybody wants an individual identity.
Right,
Everybody wants to do something little beyond their own capacity, and everybody's striving hard. And
right,
that's what the idea was. I was a trainer all my life, and when I was a trainer, I always had this desire to open my own fitness club, and
right,
one day it happened, and I'm glad that there are a lot of blessings from all my members who have been training for so many years. And that's what abs happened in 2005. But when abs happened in 2005, it doesn't mean it just started. It had almost 15 years of experience gone into it. So anybody
right,
who wants to start his own brand, who wants to start his own chain, needs to understand that if you want to be successful, there are two things which are very, very important. One is, first of all, passion.
yeah,
Without passion, nothing can be achieved. But
absolutely,
most people just stay at passion, and they think that everything is going to drive through that passion within them. But they
right,
understand the most important part, which is very important for success, which is education and knowledge. So if you can
right,
combine passion and education and knowledge together, then it's a perfect formula for success. And most of our fitness professionals all of our fitness professionals are only passionately driven.
yeah,
They are the one who love exercise. They are the one who love to teach exercise,
right,
and they're passionately driven, but they neglect that education and knowledge part, which I've understood almost 30 years back. And I said that if I want to grow, and if I want to become successful, and if I want to inspire more and more people, I need to make sure that I need to add a lot of knowledge. I need to add a lot of education to my background.
perfect, perfect. There's something to know for all our entrepreneurs who are all the trainers who are thinking of starting their own gyms. That yes,
Right.
knowledge is the most important thing with that. So, sir, this name ABS, is
Yeah.
that a short form of Abhimanyu Sable? How did that name come into the being?
Good question. There are two things behind this. One is, whenever people uh, think about exercise or start thinking about eating healthy, there's only when the pants get tighter. So the
Correct.
so the midsection plays a major role in that. So
Right, right.
abs is all about core, but it goes with my name also. It just synchronized. It's called Abhimanyu Sable, and then abs for the midsection. Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Lovely. So that's a wonderful coincidence, sir. And we
Yes,
are thankful that it came to your mind. It's a lovely name and it matches and has such a wonderful meaning.
yes.
My next question would be, sir, abs is one of the most, it's accepted, it's loved by everybody. This brand is how to create such a brand. There are so many entrepreneurs who are coming in this. So how to create such a brand? passion is there, knowledge. Yes, academies like yours are there who we are starting something like that. So knowledge is there. What else? What else is required to build such a brand?
Very important is knowledge is important as part of you have to keep on observing what's good. Keep on
Okay.
observing. You have to keep on observing different brands. You have to keep on observing different products. You have to keep on observing different services. And then
Correct.
observe what is good in them.
Right.
Everybody is doing something or the other which is phenomenally different and different completely. So
Right.
observe and absorb. That's the first
Correct.
formula I can give you. Observe and absorb.
And absorb.
Anything that is good, observe and absorb.
Absorb.
Observe into your own product. I always call every fitness professional or any professional as he is the product. And I give the example that you cannot stay at iPhone 4. You have to go to iPhone. That you cannot stay what you are right now. You need to keep on adding services, values to your product, to your brand. And
Correct.
if you're a fitness professional, your brand is you. You are the brand. You are the product. So how I can keep on adding all the services on me, how I can keep on adding features on me and keep growing. And that's what you can keep building a brand. Building a brand is a constant process. It never stops.
Right.
It never stops.
Right.
So you need to understand that if I want to build a brand, which is now today going from local to from global, and it's a
Yeah.
fantastic opportunity for everybody to build their own brand, you need to understand that if I start today, it's a process and it's a long,
Process.
long process. And you need to
Correct.
observe and absorb.
And perfect. Thank you, sir. I think that's the most important. Uh, Coming to the fitness tips, I've always heard you saying that your body is an asset. And the last we met, you were talking about the 2 meal theory that you have been implementing on yourself. And we saw that you lost a lot of inches and you were looking really fit. Already you are fit. And you were saying, Anand, see my pants. So what is this 2 meal theory?
Human beings are not made to eat 10 times a day. Simple.
Right.
Your system cannot keep on working entire day. You need to give rest to the system. You need to allow the system to work. If you keep on eating all the time, your insulin is raised and it remains raised all the time. If you eat, your insulin is raised. Then after 2 hours, if you eat, your insulin is raised. So there's a lot of science and a lot of research done in the last 10, 20 years, which has shown that 2 meals, if you eat 2 meals, it can keep you very active, it can keep you leaner, it can keep you fitter, and it will keep you away from a lot of diseases. One thing which adds of 2 meal theory is that when the insulin is raised, insulin is a major predominant risk factor for most of the lifestyle diseases today. If you call hypertension or diabetes or obesity, insulin is playing a major role in it. So how do I keep my insulin level low? So if I want to keep my insulin level low, I need to have only 2 meals, which are distantly apart. Maybe one you can decide a time in the daytime and one in the evening time, and keep my insulin low. So when you eat, your insulin is higher, then it comes down. And when it comes down, there's another hormone which is secreted by our body. It's called glucagon. So when the insulins are low, when insulin is low, the glucagon is released into a system. And glucagon is the hormone which is actually responsible to burn your fat. So that converts your fat into that becomes a source of energy. The fat becomes a source of energy. So most of the time, when we are all the time eating, and provided if you're not active, most of the people are not that active. Their activity is not that much. But you might say there are people who keep on eating so much time. What happens to them? But if they are superly active, then they need to eat. But I'm talking about people who are completely not active, and maybe they are just working out maybe 1 hour a day or just having a sedentary lifestyle. So for them, this 2 meal theory does wonders. If you have tried any other fat or weight loss maybe theories, just apply this once. Just apply this and do it for maybe 6 to 8 weeks, and you'll find lot of differences. I've almost had one video done You can visit the video on my Instagram or Facebook or on my YouTube, and it has a complete video on 2 meal theory.
Lovely, sir. Thank you. I'll definitely try it. I know you had told me that once. Coming to what we heard before, President of UHFF, that is United Health and Fitness Federation. What is UHFF?
United Health Fitness Federation is the only federation right now in India which is registered, and the entire objective of UHFF is becoming one voice of fitness club owners. Because today, understand, fitness is not a recognized industry. Nobody recognizes fitness as an industry today. So UHFF as a voice is working towards recognizing this as an industry. So we want all the entrepreneurs in India who are individuals who are running fitness clubs, health clubs, studios, dance studios, yoga studio, kickboxing studios, their education, their teaching. So we want all of them to come on one platform and become one voice. And that voice is of UHFF. And UHFF is driving force of India, which is trying to make sure many Indians are becoming more and more healthy. They're becoming more and more fit. And we want to make sure that India becomes the fittest country in the world through UHFF.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great initiative. I have seen some of the events and have been part of it, and it's been a wonderful journey. Thank you for starting something like that and founding something like that. Right. About this, sir, now this is all work. So managing so many clubs, so many beautiful clubs, there are so many employees, so many members, because I know I've worked with you, so I know you are interacting with the members continuously, managing the federation and so many other things. How do you manage your personal life along with this?
By delegation. You cannot do everything on your own. I've been doing this. If after doing so much and done so much, if you're going to do again and do all that effort, you not actually become successful. So the greatest point in becoming successful is how you can delegate things to people. Find the right people, choose the right people, and delegate the right work to them. And make sure they just monitor them. Don't tell them how to do it. Just tell them what you expect out of it, and let them do their own. When I was working into Holiday Inn or the other places where I learned from that. So that's why the observe and absorb is very important in my life. Anything I absorb it, and I make it part of my life. So that time, my general manager, Dilip Puri, used to just delegate some work to me, and he just used to monitor me. He never used to tell me how to do it. He never used to tell me how to do it. And he just used to, after some time, he used to just monitor and give me some feedback in between. And that's what I have observed and observed. So all my main corporate heads or whatever managers I have, and my main guys working with me, and also I just delegate work to them and just monitor and just give them supervision. Everybody's smart. Everybody has their own way to do things. Just tell them what you expect from them, and they'll deliver. Most of the businessmen tend to do things. No, I'll only do it. I'll only tell you how to do it. This is the way you should do it. This is the way you should get it done. No, every person has his own way. Yeah, if there are standards, if there are procedures needs to be followed, they need to be told that these are the standards, these are the operating procedures you need to follow, but get this work done. And that's how I've been managing.
Perfect. That was a personal question for me. I wanted to understand and learn. So nowadays, what we see is people are getting aware of fitness, and there is a platform. There is a new doctor in the world, Dr. Google. So everybody is researching online, and there are diets and exercises. So some supermodel is doing something, everybody will start copying that. What would you like to tell these people? Is that right?
See, listen, today, if you have maximum Instagram followers or people, if you become a celebrity trainer, you know.
Right.
But make sure, try to find out, do more research. There's so much of information online today given. First of all, when you want to preach something, are you practicing that? Are you practicing that? Try to find out who's telling you this, who's giving you this information. Is this
Right.
information valid? Is this information scientifically proven? Is this information been, is the person who's telling me is driving through it and living that example? And if that is happening, then why not try it? Why not try it? And then you can observe and observe too. If you're observing and implementing, observing, you can tell the world. Ask me about, you ask me about
Nutrition.
nutrition. There are million plans which are floating around, million plans. The
Right.
first thing I'll tell people is, don't get into any synthetic products. Don't get into
Right.
anything which is unnatural. Okay,
Hmm.
so don't get into any products, any pills, any tablets, any powders, which
Right.
promises you to make you leaner, fitter, stronger, and healthier. It's not possible. It's not
Okay.
possible. It will have
Correct.
side effects. It's not going to work for you. It's not the right way to do it. So
Right.
anything which is natural, you should try it. You should try it.
Right.
What's there?
Right.
But there's not going to be a detrimental effect to your health if you're going to try some diet plan. Nothing. It's not going to help you out. But try and see how it works. And if that works for you, stick to it. Stick to it for long time. Just don't try. Say, okay, I got this result. Now I want to try something else. Okay, I got this result. Now I want to try something else. Don't try to keep on jumping. Hold on to one thing for longer time and then take the benefit.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you for that. That really people need to understand this. And coming from you, I'm sure people will listen to you. With that, the COVID-19 situation is going on. People are talking about immunity. Immunity is something that is going to save us. Uh, I have
Right.
heard about your 7 tips of building good health and fitness. That also helps in building immunity. So, in this situation,
Right.
what are those tips that people can follow up being at home?
I always, I don't give these 7 tips. I apply it to my life and I live to it.
Right.
The first tip is, are you hydrating yourself? First tip, when you get up in the morning, do you hydrate yourself, or are you hydrating with tea and coffee? So that's not good. So start with hydrating yourself first, very important, and that preferably warm water. Preferably warm water. I would suggest, after you have warm water, the second tip I can give you is sit in silence. Sit in silence for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Put on your favorite song. Just listen to the song. Close your eyes and sit in silence. Three, I would suggest, very important, connect to nature. Sit in sun. If you can sit in sun for that 5-10 minutes during that silence, is going to be amazing. The entire body is going to be charged. I think if you can sit in sun, that's going to be fantastic. Fourth, focus on your breathing. Focus on your
Mhm.
breathing. Suppose you're sitting anytime, just be conscious. Be conscious on what type of breathing you're doing, and then focus, like pranayam, for example. So focus on your
Correct.
breathing. Fifth, movement. Are you moving yourself? Are you active enough? Are you exercising? Exercising doesn't mean 1 hour, 2 hours of exercise. Exercise means, are you staying active? Maybe just a walk, just some body push-ups, just free squats, just some sit-ups. So 15 to 20 minutes of movement. Six is most important, 2 meals. Stick to two
Okay.
meals a day. That will help you a
Right.
lot. And the seventh most important tip I can give you is fasting. Fast for at least once in 15 days. Fast, start by skipping one meal. Then you can skip 2 meals. So if you can do
Okay.
7 tips, not only in lockdown, but after lockdown, for the future, I think you're going to stay very healthy.
Wow, thank you for that, sir. And for my viewers, I'll say that if you want to hear this in detail, Abhimanyu sir has these videos specially created on YouTube. You visit their Abs Fitness Club on YouTube, and you will be able to hear him in detail. Uh, sir, we will go for some questions from our guests, from our viewers today. So a lot of people would be
Okay.
willing to ask you a lot of things.
Okay.
Let's start with the questions. So, viewers, if you want to ask anything, please start writing. You answer from Abhimanyu. Is it Saj, gym trainer? Okay, good to see you after a long time. You too. We'll just go through every questions. Yes, yeah, accepting the
Okay.
vaccines. Working in lockdown industries. There is Mr. Bharat Hirani who is asking a question. Sir, what is the strategy for the fitness industry after this lockdown?
All depends upon when we open. But when we open, our members, first of all, we want to open because I feel fitness and health should be the top priority of people. You know, they should be allowed to exercise. They should because fitness has so much of benefits. It can keep you charged up. It can give you self confidence. It can help you to reduce your blood pressure. There are so many people today want to exercise, but we need to have so much of norms into our clubs of sanitization and hygiene and social distancing and the type the way we are going to align all our equipments, the way we're going to set up our procedures. I think by the time in some days we are all clubs and also the association UHFF is setting up a lot of norms. When the club will open, we want to make sure that every member who comes to our clubs will be safer first, and then that exercise will be effective to him. So from today onwards, in couple of months, or maybe not, I don't think couple of months, but we hope so that it opens very soon. But there'll be
Sure.
set strict norms. We might have to restrict the working hours of the club. We might have to restrict group classes. We might have to restrict some areas into the locker areas and maybe restrict the number of people coming to our clubs. We might have to restrict on odd and this time and this slot. So a lot of things are getting into it, and I hope people will come to our clubs, and this will become the new normal.
Thank you, sir. So that's the strategy, brother, from Abhimanyu sir himself. There's Vipul, my part has changed since you started. Is today's situation going to change the way we look at fitness business? These are two questions.
Yeah. Yes, people are the people. One thing what is going to change in fitness is people are going to be more towards fitness. That is one thing going to change, because people have
Correct.
understood that just one virus which gets which gets you can kill that virus with just one soap wash, and we are so scared that today
Yeah,
we've understood that how can I make myself stronger? How can I make
correct.
sure my system gets stronger, that nothing can affect me? That people have understood the importance of fitness. One thing which is definitely going to change is more and more people are going to move towards exercise, move towards doing some activity. And that is one different change. Another change is, yes, people will go to clubs which they will find which are safer and which are effective and which will provide them that hygiene. Those,
Correct.
yeah,
Yes, sir. You can go on. So safer clubs is
yeah.
what
So
people will prefer. Perfect. Perfect.
true.
The other
Safer
question
clubs
from
and
Vipul
clubs
was,
which
sir,
yes,
you
go
can
on.
complete.
No, I've completed. You can
So
go on.
great, sir. So the next question from Vipul was, how do you think the gym industry has changed since you started? Since you started in this
Oh,
industry?
when I started, there was not a single girl working in my club. There's not a single lady member. You know, not a single. Today, the
Okay.
ratio is almost 50-50. 50-50.
Correct.
When I started working as a trainer, there was nothing of ambience. There was rusted dumbbells and rusted plates. And then we just used
Correct.
to, the more we used to sweat, the more the rusty the environment, the better was that time. Today is not the case. There was no entertainment that time. Today, there's so much of entertainment. Even if you go on a treadmill today, you can browse Instagram, you can browse YouTube, you can check your favorite channels, you can message, you can do some. So there's a lot of exertainment happening, exercise and entertainment together. So that's the major change which has happened in so many years. Exertainment, exercise and entertainment. Can gyms be gyms be like, for example, like a place where I can unwind, I can relax, I can socialize, I can connect, I can just go there. you should not say that I'm going to a gym. You should say I'm going to unwind myself. I'm going to meet all my friends. So gyms have become a social places now. So that has changed a lot.
Right, right. Perfect, perfect, sir. And that's so good that females are 50% population now in the gyms. That's lovely.
True. That has grown. That has grown a lot.
Yes. So there's a question from Divya, and she says, "Sir, why don't you start online workshops or classes?" Uh, she wants to train. So Divya seems to be from out of Pune. Or in this situation, she would like to learn from Abhimanyu sir himself.
I have not thought about right now any online programs, but maybe if this situation is going to continue for a longer time, or maybe in future, yes, we are looking forward to do something on online.
Lovely. Thank you for that, Divya. I guess you got your answer. Sir, will you move to the third round? There is one more question.
Okay.
As trainers, we are all training. Why should they until he gets back to triangle? Some trainers, yes. So the third round of our show today is the rapid fire round. We've designed this
Okay.
as a small fun section. There'll be some questions that I'll be shooting at you, and you need to just give the answers quickly. All right. Are you ready, sir?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
The
I'm
first
ready.
question for you is, what is your favorite sport?
Tennis.
Oh, lovely. Which abs branch of yours is very dear to you?
All. All.
Definitely.
There's not a single one which is like everybody is made with a lot of love.
Correct. So, which type of exercise do you enjoy the most? Weight training, cardio, group classes?
It's holistic. I don't enjoy one. I enjoy everything. All 7 things in my life. Holistic approach.
What do you love the most in your dessert?
Oh, I love everything that is sweet. That is my weakness. My weakness is sweet. So every meal should have something to eating sweet. And I don't tell people not to eat. I tell people to eat everything, but in small. Even if you have that meal in the morning, or even if you have the meal in the evening, and if you feel like, and if your craving is to eat some sweet, have it, but small.
Lovely. Thank you for that. So, what is your favorite junk food?
Junk food. I like burgers. I love
Ah,
burgers.
love.
So
Super, super. So, on a positive note, what is the best thing about this lockdown for you
the
personally?
best. The best thing about the lockdown is I can spend more time with me. There's one time in the evening between 6 and 7. I call it that as my introspection time. I go on my terrace. I stay, and that's the time I just go inwards and try to introspect. There's one more very important thing. I've started taking care of the house.
Wow.
I've started watering the plants. I think that is like meditation, just
Yes.
watering the plants. It's exactly like meditation, and I'm enjoying this. And I've already seen flowers, and I've already seen the plants growing, and the leaves, growing and becoming very, very healthy, which I call healthy and leaves also. So yes, I think that's the best time I've gone inwards.
Lovely. There is one question from a guest. What is Abhimanyu sir's most favorite time of the day?
Favorite time of the day, playing tennis.
Ah, lovely. Uh,
Most favorite time
last
of the
question.
day.
Most favorite. My last question to you, sir, is now you have been a fitness idol for so many, including me. Who is your fitness idol?
Everybody who does anything good is my idol. Everybody. So that's why let's go back to the first one. Observe and absorb.
Right.
Anybody who does good thing, I just observe and absorb. There's not a single idol and I don't think anybody should have an idol, because idol has so much of negative. Idol has a lot of positives and negatives. I don't want to get all of them. I want to observe everything which is good in people and pick that up, and that becomes my idol. So observe and absorb from everybody present. Everybody is in front of you.
Such a beautiful thing, sir, you said. So from today's talk with you, I'm going to take observe and absorb and delegate. The two mantras for success.
True.
Thank you so much,
True.
sir. It's been wonderful. Thank you for sparing time. Thank you for coming on our show and gracing us. And it's been absolute pleasure.
Okay. Love you all so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.